When we look at a country, the first things we usually notice are the visible things. Roads, houses, tall buildings, shops, bridges, cars moving through traffic, people going to work. From the surface, a country can look like a collection of places where people live, move, buy, sell, study, and build their lives. But that visible surface is only one part of the picture. A modern country is also held together by things most people do not see directly. To understand this properly, it helps to imagine a normal day. Someone wakes up and turns on the light. Water comes from the tap. A phone connects to the internet. The toilet flushes. Breakfast can be cooked. Traffic lights work. A shop opens its doors. Rainwater disappears from the street after a storm. None of these moments feel unusual. They feel ordinary because the deeper structure is already working before the person thinks about it. This is the first useful reframing. A country is not just roads and buildings. It is also a hidden service layer. Some of it is buried underground. Some of it runs above streets. Some of it sits inside walls, behind fences, beside highways, under pavements, in treatment plants, substations, towers, tanks, drains, and control rooms. These parts may not be as visible as a skyline, but they are part of what makes the skyline usable. Water is one of the clearest examples. When water reaches a home, it can feel like it simply appears from a tap. But before that moment, it usually has to be collected, treated, stored, moved through pipes, pressurized, monitored, and delivered. The exact source can vary. It may come from rivers, reservoirs, groundwater, desalination, or other local systems. But the basic idea is the same. Clean water at home is not only a natural resource. It is also the result of infrastructure. Electricity works in a different way, but it reveals the same hidden pattern. A light switch is simple for the user, but the power behind it may have passed through generation, transmission, substations, distribution lines, transformers, meters, and safety equipment. Some lines may be overhead. Some may be underground. Some systems are older, some are newer, and some are under pressure as demand grows. The visible moment is small. The network behind it is much larger. Then there is the part of modern life people often prefer not to think about. What leaves the home? When a toilet flushes, when water drains from a sink, or when wastewater leaves a building, it must go somewhere. In some places, it moves through a sewer network toward treatment. In others, the arrangement may be different, such as septic systems or local treatment solutions. But the key point is simple. A city does not only need to bring clean water in, it also needs a safe way to carry used water out. Drainage is another hidden layer, and it becomes visible very quickly when it fails. On a dry day, people may not think much about roadside drains, culverts, canals, retention ponds, pumps, slopes, and stormwater routes. But during heavy rain, these become part of the country's practical safety structure. Drainage is not only about keeping roads clean. It is about moving water away from homes, streets, businesses, and critical places before it becomes damage. Gas supply, where it exists, adds another kind of hidden service. In some countries or cities, gas may reach buildings through pipelines. In other places, people may rely on cylinders, tanks, or other fuels. This is why the details should not be generalized too strongly. But the broader lesson still holds. Cooking, heating, industry, and energy use often depend on delivery systems that are much larger than the final appliance the user touches. The modern country also depends on invisible communication lines. A message, a payment, a map, a video call, or a business transaction can feel instant. But behind it are mobile towers, fiber cables, data centers, exchanges, routers, backup power, and maintenance teams. Digital life can feel weightless because the physical network is hidden. The internet may look like something in the air, but much of it still depends on very real infrastructure on land and under the ground. Once we see these hidden layers, the visible country starts to look different. A road is not only a path for cars. It may also carry drains, ducts, cables, water lines, access covers, traffic signals, lighting, and maintenance routes. A building is not only walls and rooms. It is connected to water, power, waste removal, communication, fire safety, and sometimes gas. A neighborhood is not only a group of homes. It is a point where many service networks meet. This is why infrastructure is often noticed most clearly when something stops working. A water cut changes the rhythm of a household. A blackout changes how people cook, work, charge devices, run shops, and move through buildings. A blocked drain can turn a street into a flood zone. A broken sewer line can become a public health problem. A telecom failure can affect payments, navigation, work, and communication. The hidden layer becomes visible through inconvenience. But the goal of good infrastructure is usually the opposite. When it works well, people do not think about it all the time. They simply live. They wake up, wash, cook, work, travel, communicate, return home, and sleep. The deeper networks remain in the background. This is why a modern country can look simple on the surface while being complex underneath. Its success is often measured by how ordinary daily life feels. A clearer way to understand a country, then, is not only to look at its roads and buildings. Look also at what those roads and buildings are connected to. Look at what flows in, what flows out, what is carried away, what is supplied, what is protected, and what must be maintained. The visible world is the part people walk through. The hidden world is the part that allows that visible world to function. So when we say a country is developed, organized, or modern, we are not only talking about tall buildings or smooth highways. We are also talking about water that can be trusted, electricity that can reach users, waste that can be handled safely, rainwater that has somewhere to go, communication that can stay connected, and maintenance systems that can keep repairing the background. A country is not just roads and buildings. It is the visible surface of a much deeper structure.